All right, what's up, y'all? It's more than the trucker back in the building, man. We got a lot to talk about in this video. Um, a lot of settlements gonna be coming out the first month of me being at NSI Expedite, which is a Chicago carrier. Um, man, I could put this about this company, man. This company is honest, it's legit. As long as you bring your own truck, and if you can get your own plates, they will pay for your plates. You have to talk to them about how much the plates is. But right now, we're gonna go over a settlement. And my first week, mind you, I've been here for 4 weeks. I'm going on 5 weeks. These are my first four settlements with NSI Expedite. I'm not a recruiter, y'all. I never done this before. The reason I'm doing this is because it's a legit company. I wouldn't be doing this if it was not a legit company. If you come over here, just know it's not my fault if you fail. It's not your fault if I fail. We all are different. We all are in different areas. But the schematic of this company is great with the deductions and everything like that. Let me break it down for you. So this first week, I went from Indianapolis, Indiana to Memphis, Tennessee for $2,000. The next week, I went from Russellville, Arkansas to Lufkin, Texas, 370 miles for $2,300. The next load, I keep saying the next week. The next load, I went from Pittsburgh, Texas to Henderson, North Carolina, which was 1,100 miles for $3,800. Now, this is my first week at booking my loads. Y'all can say, hey, man, that's super cheap. I understand, y'all. I'm a rookie in the game. I'm going to say that again. I am a rookie in the game. The reason I'm putting this out because we don't have a lot of this. I do run a reefer. um you can see the deductions that I have, and we're gonna go through the deductions. So total, that was 1,900 miles. You could add 200-300 miles if you want, because of course the deadhead, that was 1944, probably about 2,100 miles, for $8,100. That gave me 7,290. So we're gonna go through the deductions, which is why everybody's here. Deductions matter the most. So these are the deductions. Mind you, the first month over here, you get a free trailer. Your first month over here, you get free trailer. I hope they didn't change that, but at least that's what it is while I was over here. The first month I was here is a free trailer. That's why you don't see a trailer on here the first month. So we're gonna go through these deductions. Cargo insurance was $297, which you pay that once a week. Trailer rental, you'll see trailer rental right there, is free. Because I do not have a trailer cost at this moment, because of course, like I said, first month free. Registration, I did get my place through them, which is $250. They could change the amount. This was prorated because I'm only using a place until March, and then I'm getting my own place, so they prorated it for me. Safety maintenance deposit, you got four um sets of payments that come out. It's $200 for the trailer. They say safety maintenance deposit, but it's basically the trailer fee, trailer maintenance fund that you get. So that was $200. You do that $200 for 4 weeks. Your first 4 weeks on, they taking it out. So now we go into the fuel. How I filled up. Springfield, Ohio. That was just for all trailer, DEF, and I think fuel. Fuel for the trailer, because I run a reefer. Then we're gonna go to Atkins, Arkansas, Louisiana, Blacksburg, South Carolina, Rural Hall, North Carolina, and Florence, Kentucky. The reason this 165 and this 133 is I could have saved myself more money, but I deadheaded out of North Carolina back to Ohio. Call that a rookie move, but I just know North Carolina's trash for coming back to where I'm trying to get to. I only took this load because I spreaded my wings. It's not my area that I typically run, but like I said, I am a rookie in the game, still trying to find my feet in this game. So this is the breakdown for my cost of operation. So I spent $747 in deductions, and I spent 1756 in fuel, which, like I said, take away that Rural Hall, North Carolina, that Florence, Kentucky, because I filled up to deadhead back home. I had enough fuel after Blacksburg, South Carolina, to just stay and get another load. But like I said, I wanted to get up out of there. That's just me personally. I wanted to get up out of there. It could have been a mistake though. I know some people could look at it as a mistake, but I wanted to get out of there, me personally. So that was the first week breakdown. Like I said, I haven't ran this truck a full week, y'all. Um, like I said, this is 3 days, and that 1/17/2026 that led into the weekend. So I picked that up Friday, going into going delivering what was it, Sunday? It was a Sunday delivery. So I did headed out of there back to Ohio. Like I said, I could have saved more money in my pocket, but I just know it was nothing coming out of North Carolina that Saturday. So that's how that settlement looked for this week. So we're gonna keep going to the next. All right, y'all. So more than the trucker, like I said, we're gonna keep going. Here go the second week settlement. This is I got that black up there crossed out because it's my personal information. I'm not trying to hide no fuel. These first 2 weeks, y'all gonna see all the fuel. I'm using a fuel card. No deduction on fuel though. I gotta keep that in mind. No deduction on fuel. I had to get my own fuel card to get deductions on fuel. They're not giving you no fuel discount over here. You are allowed to use their fuel card at Love's TA, and that's pretty much it. So they charge you $50 if you go outside their network to use a fuel card. But to be honest, y'all, try to find your own fuel card like Mud Flat. It's so many different fuel cards out there. You will save yourself at least $300, maybe even sometimes $400 a week, depending on where you're running at. So here we go. Here go the next one. We went from Hillard, Ohio to Quincy, Illinois, 500 miles for $2,600. That's when I told y'all that I did headed up to Ohio. So y'all see how that go. This was a three pick, two drops, but the two drops was down the street from each other. So I sat for a day after this because I had problems with my truck. I had a coolant leak from the main hose. So as y'all see in one of those videos, I recorded that. So then we went from Iowa, I don't know how to pronounce that city name, to Greenfield, Indiana for 400 miles for $2,250. Good load, you know what I mean? That week, like I said, I sat a day and then I went and picked that up that night, which was some chicken, I believe, and drove it to Greenfield, Indiana. This is my area, y'all. This is the area I like to run and I like to stay in, but it don't always work out that way. So then my next run, I sat at home for 2 days. Well, like basically 2 days. I chilled at home. Uh, you got to go home to get refueled, man. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Kiss the babies and get refueled up. So I came back out on the 23rd. I took a short run from Shelbyville, Indiana to Louisville, Kentucky, which was the worst thing I ever done because I don't know why I did that. Because I sat in both of these Kroger's, which was Kroger's distribution centers. I just sat. I sat and I sat. Luckily, I did it for $1,000 for 100 miles. Luckily though, they got me out of there in time to go pick up this Shredsville, Kentucky to Jackson City, Missouri. This was my weekend load. I sat because the weather was bad, if y'all remember this week. So I did 400 miles for $2,400. So total, this is 1,400 miles for $8,250. I didn't do much deadhead on this. You can add another 150 miles. You could say I didn't do much dead. Y'all could add the cities up and see how much the deadhead was, but it wasn't much deadhead. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, so from there I went home, which was only like 20, 30 miles to park the truck, and I chilled for 2 days. That left me with $7,425 on my net. Because this company is only 10%, y'all. It's 10. They only taking 10% of your gross. We're gonna go back down to the deductions. Cargo insurance, $297. No trailer fee. You'll see registration, $250. You'll see safety maintenance deposit, $200. Like I said, y'all gonna see 4 of those. They say 3 out of 4. Those numbers are messed up. They messed up those numbers. They always mess up those numbers. But if you come over here, just make sure that each number is correct or how many payments they took out. Because sometimes they'll put 3 out of 4, 2 out of 4, and it'd be 3 out of 4, 3 out of 4, and it'd be only be 2 out of 4. So just be sure about that. This fuel is pretty much the truth about what I did in the fuel. I went from Richmond, Jeffersonville, Normal, Memphis, New Baden, Illinois, Memphis, Indiana at that, and we spent $1,336.40 in fuel. Our deductions was once again $747. That left me with $5,341 to my bank account. This was a good week, y'all. It was a good week because the rates was a little better than what they are now. They wasn't being so selfish and so stingy about the rates. My thing is when I'm running reefer, this video gonna be long as heck. I know the guys gonna get on me about how long it is, but my thing is when I'm running reefer, I always try to get a day rate. Sometimes it don't go like that because when I'm learning in the game as dealing with a reefer not to pick up, not to so much pick up at distribution centers and cold storages, y'all. I'm telling y'all, if y'all could stay away from the distribution centers and the cold storages, you will save your life in reefer. I know that's harder said than done, but a lot of times, man, you gonna be sitting. But this week, pretty much only time I sat was at that Shelbyville, Indiana, and that Louisville, Kentucky. Those was going from a Kroger distribution center to a Kroger distribution center. Both horrible, but it's just something for the day. So we're gonna go on to the next one. We'll be right back, y'all. So that's the first 2 weeks, y'all. My settlement. I'm gonna go ahead and put this video out. I don't want it to be too long. Um, if you're trying to come over to this company, you can email me at godspeedzoe75@gmail.com and I can help you with the process. If you want to give me a referral, however you want to do it, email me at godspeedzoe75@gmail.com. That's GODSPEEDZO75@gmail.com, and it's all together. We'll be back with another video, y'all. The second 4 weeks of this settlement.